Hey, everyone on the We Get Around Network forum.
Uh-huh.
I know you're all following the big news today about CoStar Matterport. So let's just jump right into it.
Yeah, sounds good.
This CoStar Matterport deal, the one we've been hearing whispers about forever. Well, it's finally official.
It's been a long time coming.
As of today, February 28th, 2025, CoStar Group has officially acquired Matterport.
Mm,
And for those of us who work with digital twins every day, this is a pretty big deal.
absolutely. I mean, we're talking about the 800-pound gorilla of online real estate information
Yeah.
teaming up with the company that pretty much put 3D digital twins on the map.
Yeah, it's true. It's like two giants coming together. And we're all just kind of sitting here trying to figure out what it means for the future of the industry, especially for folks like us, the people out there actually creating these digital twins.
Yeah.
The thing that has really caught my eye is CoStar's emphasis on AI, computer vision, and machine learning. Like, they're not even trying to hide it in the press release.
Yeah, definitely. It's clear that CoStar sees the potential to take Matterport's tech to a whole new level, and that has huge implications for how we capture, process, and even experience properties in the future.
Huge implications.
Yeah.
Okay, so Andy Florence, CoStar's CEO, he's quoted in the press release saying they're going to create an unparalleled solution for buyers, sellers, and renters by merging Matterport's technology with CoStar's massive data and marketplaces.
It sounds pretty ambitious.
It does. It also kind of makes you wonder, like, what does that actually look like in practice? What does it mean for someone on the ground creating digital twins day in and day out?
Well, if you think about CoStar's existing platforms like apartments.com and homes.com, they could start integrating Matterport scans directly into their listings.
Oh, wow.
Imagine you're searching for an apartment online, and instead of just seeing photos, you can actually walk through a 3D model of the space.
Whoa. That would be a game changer.
Right. It could completely transform how people experience and interact with properties before even setting foot inside.
Yeah, I could see that. But then what happens to the role of the MSP? Do we just become order takers for CoStar's system?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And honestly, no one really knows for sure yet.
Yeah.
But what we do know is that this acquisition could significantly accelerate the adoption of digital twin technology.
I mean, Matterport's CEO, RJ Pittman, seems pretty optimistic. He said in the press release that joining CoStar will accelerate our impact on the global real estate industry.
And just think about the scale here. Matterport has already digitized millions of spaces, but CoStar's goal is to digitize over 4 billion buildings worldwide.
Billion with a B.
Exactly. And it's not just about the quantity, it's about the quality of data, the insights we can extract, and how those insights can transform the industry.
Okay, so with all of that in mind, what does this all mean for the folks on the We Get Around Network forum, the MSPs who are listening to this deep dive right now?
Well, first of all,
Don't panic.
I think that's good advice in general, but especially now. Seriously, though, this is a moment to be proactive, to stay informed, and to engage in conversations like this one.
Because there are a lot of questions that come to mind. Like, how might this affect pricing? Will CoStar change Matterport subscription tiers, hosting fees, or even the cost of processing scans?
And what about the competition? Will other 3D capture companies be able to keep up? Will CoStar push for exclusivity on its platforms?
All valid concerns. And I think it's important to start thinking about them now.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that the We Get Around Network forum is the perfect place to discuss these issues, to share insights, and to learn from each other's experiences.
Absolutely. Remember, you're not alone in this. We're all navigating this new terrain together.
Yeah.
And the more we communicate and share information, the better equipped we'll be to adapt and thrive.
So true. All right, so we've laid out the landscape a bit. Now let's dive into the nitty-gritty, the stuff that's probably keeping a lot of MSPs up at night right now.
Yeah, the big questions.
Okay, first up, the big elephant in the room, pricing. I mean, CoStar is known for being data-driven, and they own some of the biggest real estate platforms out there. What's to stop them from completely shaking up Matterport's pricing model?
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising to see them analyze Matterport's existing subscription tiers, hosting fees, and processing costs.
Right, like everything's on the table.
Exactly. They might even introduce new pricing models, potentially tied to their own platform.
Right, like bundles that include CoStar data and Matterport scans. Makes sense. It's not hard to imagine them incentivizing clients to use Matterport on apartments.com or LoopNet, maybe even offering discounts or exclusive features.
Exactly. And that raises the question of what happens to MSPs who are working on other platforms, like Zillow or Redfin. Will we be at a disadvantage if CoStar prioritizes its own ecosystem?
Yeah, That's a good point. I hadn't even thought about that. And what about competition in general? I mean, Matterport was already the big player in the 3D digital twin space. But with CoStar's resources behind them, it feels like they could become an unstoppable force.
It's true. It's possible that we'll see a consolidation of the market, with smaller 3D capture companies struggling to compete.
Yeah, that's a real concern.
But on the other hand, this could also spark a wave of innovation as competitors scramble to differentiate themselves and offer unique value propositions.
So it's like a double-edged sword.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got pricing uncertainty, potential shifts in the competitive landscape, and then there's the whole AI angle, which feels like the biggest wild card of all.
Oh, yeah, definitely. CoStar has been pretty vocal about their focus on AI, and it's clear that they see Matterport's technology as a key piece of that puzzle.
Yeah, and I'm excited about the potential of AI. I really am. But I'm also a little apprehensive. How much of what we do as MSPs could be automated in the future?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Will we still be needed to capture the scans? Or will AI-powered robots take over?
Okay, maybe not robots, but you get the idea.
But seriously, it's worth thinking about how our roles might evolve.
Right, like maybe we become more specialized, focusing on niche markets, or offering additional services like virtual staging or property analytics.
Exactly. Or maybe we become more involved in the data analysis side, using AI insights to provide even more value to our clients.
So it's not necessarily about being replaced, it's about adapting and finding new ways to leverage our expertise.
Precisely. And this is where community becomes so crucial. The We Get Around Network Forum is the perfect place to share ideas, bounce strategies off each other, and learn from each other's experiences.
It's like a collective brainstorming session where we can pool our knowledge and figure out how to navigate this new landscape together.
That's a great way to put it.
All right, so we talked about pricing competition and the potential impact of AI, but there's one more big question that we need to address, and it's about the soul of Matterport itself.
Yeah, the core values, the vision, the things that made Matterport what it is today. Will those things remain intact under CoStar's leadership?
So we've talked about how this acquisition could affect pricing and competition and the role of the MSP, and of course this huge question mark hanging over everything about what AI will mean for us. But now I want to get to what I think is the most fundamental question of all.
Yeah, what happens to Matterport's identity? What will it look like under CoStar's ownership?
Exactly. I mean, Matterport has always been about empowering anyone to create these immersive digital twins. They've been pushing the boundaries beyond just real estate, getting into construction insurance, even travel and tourism.
And they've built a really strong community around that vision, a community of passionate MSPs who believe in the power of this technology.
Exactly. So what happens to that community now? Will CoStar nurture that same spirit of innovation and exploration? Or will they try to steer Matterport in a more narrow, real estate-focused direction?
Well, that's hard to say for sure. I mean, CoStar obviously has a clear track record of focusing on data and analytics within the real estate sector.
Right, and that makes sense, given their existing platforms and customer base. But, on the other hand, they've also acknowledged the massive potential of the property sector as a whole, which they described as a $327 trillion asset class.
Yeah, and that's huge. That's a market with applications that go far beyond just buying and selling houses.
Exactly.
I mean, think about facilities management, urban planning, virtual tourism. The possibilities are almost endless.
Right. Feels like standing at the edge of a vast, uncharted territory.
Right.
And we're all trying to figure out which direction to head in.
And honestly, that's where the We Get Around Network Forum becomes even more important now.
I agree.
It's a space where we can all come together and share our concerns, our hopes, our ideas about the future of Matterport.
It's a place where we can collectively brainstorm strategies, learn from each other's experiences, and support each other through this transition.
Because, let's be real, change can be scary, especially when it involves a company as impactful as Matterport.
Absolutely. But it can also be an opportunity for growth and innovation.
I think the key is to stay informed, to engage in open dialogue, and to remember that we're all in this together.
You know we are. We're a community of passionate, skilled professionals who believe in the power of digital twins. And regardless of what happens with CoStar, that passion and expertise isn't going away.
The demand for high-quality digital twins is only going to increase in the coming years, and the MSPs who are adaptable, the ones who are willing to embrace new technologies and evolve their skill sets, those are the ones who will thrive in this new landscape.
So to everyone listening, stay curious, stay connected, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the world of 3D digital twins.
The future of Matterport may be uncertain, but one thing's for sure, is going to be an exciting ride.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the CoStar Matterport acquisition. And remember, the conversation doesn't end here. Head over to the We Get Around Network forum, share your thoughts, connect with other MSPs, and let's navigate this new world together. Until next time, keep exploring, keep innovating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.